Okay, here's a little Gradio script that you can try for caption, for text to image AI generator, and for LoRa training. You can do all kinds of stuff with this. When you unzip it, you'll have some basic files. You'll see it says .vnv and Gradio. You won't see that until you press the run bat. The run bat's the first thing that you're going to want to select. It's going to download a bunch of files, and it's going to create these folders for you. So the first thing you want to do is you want to run that, and you'll know it'll take a while, and once you see the link at the bottom, that's the link you want to go to. I've already clicked it, but before I go any further, I'll just kind of give you a structure of what's going on in these folders. So we got the upload folders, and you can see I got right here, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 files. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so you should have all of them. Alright, I've done clicked it. I got my browser open, and I've been messing with it earlier. Anytime that you start a session and you want to add to it, it's best to refresh the page and start over, and I'll show you why. Okay, for this instance, we're going to go ahead and select some images. You notice it says image 1, 2, 3, then it starts going off with these names here. See, the one that with the screenshots is usually is because I opened up the snipping tool where you can see if I can get it to work in here, where you can take something and you can crop it off a web page, and it copies to the clipboard, and it'll be right here. See how I did that? So if you look at some of these images, just to show you, these are just cropped images. If you look at the size here, this is 131 by 169. They're not very big. You don't have to have them big, because all we're trying to do is get the information of about the object and the scenery. Okay, they're all kind of small, but if you want to use some large ones, that's fine. So I got animals and all kinds of stuff, so I like to keep everything in order and just do images only. So we select here, here, and we'll do this one here. We got 3 of them. Okay, notice 2, 3, and the screenshot. Once that loads up, bring your cursor over here, click. Then you can click to the right to cycle through them, to the left, and in the middle. Now you can chat with this. Let's say, what color is her hair? Okay, this is just a scenario. This is not what I really do. Then this only works with the chat button. The chat with image box and the chat button only works together. Alright, so when that's all done, it's going to give me a description. You can see it says image 2 right here, and if I select right here, I believe this one said the screenshot on it, and we'll let it finish up. I'll be pausing the video in and out black. Alright, notice why I recommend to name your images in order is because it'll make these in order. So basically all you have to do when you let's see here, when you I'll just go to the folder. So basically all you want to do is like select all these and show more, rename, and if you just name them image, then it'll list them in order. Windows does not put them in order if they're, it has to be the same file format. You can't mix the PNGs with the JPGs because it'll duplicate it. And we can press Control Z that. I don't know if that'll work. Yeah, it did. So we'll keep that in mind. Let's open this back up. and we got that there. Okay, like I said, when you select this chat button or any of these down here, it's going to load the model, and once it loads, it'll be quicker for next time. Now, what I want to do is I want to do progress all these images, okay? But before I do that, I want to show you something. Okay, we got personal only, okay, with a basketball. And you give it a description. Then we'll press the brief. They should give it a little bit more description. If not, we can go to the medium. I would highly kind of recommend staying off these details down here. I mean, you can use them if they work. But if you're doing any lora training, the brief one here, this is probably my best one. What it does is it captures some of the information of the background, but leaves some in it, which is good. This one here, the personal only may not give you the background. So just a little bit of information it'll help a lot. So I'm going to process all these right here and press brief. I automatically, when I get done, especially if I'm doing a lot of them, I will uncheck this. Is because some of these will mess up. Normally, it does a really good job. So, if you find one that let's say this top one here, image one, and it didn't come out right, I can update that one only by pressing a different button. So if I press here, I'll let it progress through here. Then we get something like that. These sliders here have the influence of how much the descriptions you want. Normally at default, I've really never had to mess with these. Also, in this chat right here, if you get any kind of gibberish or something, or duplicated text, you can actually sometimes just come up here and put a period at the end of it and press chat, and that will fix that. So we're going to go into the next step. Now that I gave you the basics of how this one works here, we're going to open up this folder right here, click it, and it's going to flash down here. So I'll just close them all up just to show you real quick. We'll click it here again. It's flashing down here. Okay, then you're going to see something like this. Alright. Now it depends how, I like to have my images and text files side by side, and you normally can do that by right clicking. First that you need to do is view by large icons. Can you see what's going on? Then you can sort by name, and if that don't work, it always, when you do it twice, it'll fix it. Most on anything it'll do that. Now that we got that, what we want to do is we're going to come over here to the run back. Okay, so this is the controller right here. Okay, do not click the PY. Okay, anything that says PY on it, don't click it. Only bat files. So when I click here, okay, I'll go over some of this basic stuff. It's like, if you want to replace something, let's say it has a certain word in there all the time. It says white background, and you want to change it out, you put white background here. And if you just want to get rid of it, leave this one down here. Okay, then you press OK, and it'll go through all the text files and it'll remove it. And here's one for the ending. Okay, if you like, most of your prompts, all your like ultra high detail, 4K or whatever, if you have this in here and you press OK, this will append it at the end. This box here at the bottom, text down here at the last one, what this does, let's say you have a keyword that you like to put in front of every text file for your trigger word. If you're doing like lora training, okay, then we can do that. So that's how that works. I'll go over this invoke button here in just a little bit. Okay, this only works for invoke. We're going to create a HTML file. Okay, Did you see that just pop up here? It says copy page. Okay, this is the one we want to use right here. We're going to exit all that. Then you'll get a screen like this. It's going to be over in the default grid. It's going to keep all that information when you click a text here. So if I come up here and paste this, then we get something like that. Okay, each one's got its own prompt in it. Then we got custom buttons. Okay, we got this one here. When you load this up, they're going to be all numbers. Okay, for your convenience, if you press load here, I got a file located. It's in the extra file. So if I go here, upload, extra, and my settings, it's going to load these settings. Okay, and if you see the ones down here, it says no chat. These are something that I would always put at the end of the where I'm not using the chat box. Okay, so just to let you know that. If you ever want to customize your own, what you do is you would edit the name, which I have cat, then you press save. Then what's in the text that you want to use, so it'll be a description of the cat. Okay, so cancel that out. Or that was dog, I'm sorry. So if I went to cat and clicked it, alright, then we get something like that. And if we have dog, alright. Now, most of these will work. If it says no chat, that's usually at the end. I'll be going over this invoke thing here probably towards the end. This one here is a really good one down here, number 25. And you can customize, but make sure that you save your settings. That way you can call them later. Because if you don't save them and you clear your history out, probably not gonna not load. Then we got my lora training. I use Flux Gym. You can put in the number of images that you want to train, and it'll calculate it for you. It's telling you how many training per steps and epochs and all that stuff. And right here, this is experimental. This is great if you're using just the images without your text files. So what I'm saying is, it's telling you to do one. I haven't done too much experience, but if you load them with your text file, use the same settings, but switch the 1 to a number 2. Then we got the webcam here. Okay, this is pretty cool. We're going to block this. Let's say that you want to do something of yourself, or you need to get away from the table to do some screen capturing. This will take a screenshot. Okay, you can set it into intervals. Okay, you'll have to mess with this. So let's say I have it at I can't do it right now. Let's say I have it set where it's at. Then it might say, once you start it, it'll start taking a picture every 5 seconds or every 10 seconds, or how long you ever adjust it for it. That's really nice to have. That way you don't have to come up here and click snapshot each time. It automatically does it for you. So I'm going to close this out, and we're going to go back to that folder again. Alright, every time you start a new session, you don't want to have all this junk in here, okay? So it's going to move certain files, and we're going to use this with the number 4 backup. And it's going to create a folder and move all that junk over there later. Okay, you don't want to start you don't want to start mixing your sessions together. I mean, like first you're doing your cat, then all of a sudden you start later in the day and try something else. It could not work. So we'll just do the backup, and we're okay. Then it put a backup folder, okay, and it cleaned this right back up. Then you have your right here, okay, Now, the webcam don't work for here and for backup, so it's going to tell you it's not found, okay? Okay, we're going to the next step. Like I said, I like to keep these all in line right here. And we'll go back here. And here's another thing that you can do after you go through all these. I think that's pretty, very easy to understand. These are just preset buttons down here at the bottom. Personal only, brief, medium, detail, higher detail. So it gives you from the smallest detail to the highest detail in order. Okay, now we're going to go up to the WD tagger. Okay, now what this does, I'm going to upload an image. Like I said, always just go for on the safe side. Use a backup copy and start something new. That means just go ahead and refresh this so everything's back to default. Clean up your folder with the backup like I showed you earlier, and we got this one here. Okay, I'm going to load a image here. Alright, this is a little different here, and we're going to click. We're just going to do one image for right now. So if we give it a progress image, you can see it's got underscores all over the bottom of the text. Okay, if you want to remove the underscore, then you press here. Okay, then you can process all images if I had them. Now this is going to be a little bit different than this one here. Okay, this one here is safe for work. This one here is not safe for work. So if you got something up here that not safe for work, it probably a good chance it's going to tell you what's in that image. So we'll keep that simple there. Alright, and also when you press progress, it's got to load another model for this WD tagger. And then we're going to go over here. I really like this one. This is really fun to play with. It's got 5 categories. Okay, it's got the facial expression. They're all checked. That means they're all included. If they're unchecked, they're not included. This is really fun because it gives you randomized, as you can see right here. Outfit. You got your facial, pose, hairstyle, clothes, and lighting. Let's say I see how the way. Anytime that I select it, it's going to say facial, facial, facial on the top. If I uncheck it, it will exclude it. Okay, and we'll press here. And you can change anything up. Let's say I just put, I don't know, let's put 888. Save changes. Let's see, what did I get there? It gave me an error there. Let's see. I'm not sure what that error is. Okay, this is in my backup folder. Remember them little thumbnails I was showing you? They were under like 200 by 200, and all I wanted to just get the clothing. So you can actually just go over here and copy this, and then we'll go back here. Control E that. Alright, I got it set to 2, but I only did 1. You can see it didn't have any background. A background will really help it, okay? Let's say a woman at a basketball court. Alright, let's go ahead and now I'm going to pause the video. I may do 2 and I might quit it at 1. As you can see here, I quit at 1. Background really helps bring out the character. Okay, it makes it more, realistic. So keep that in mind when using prompts. You can mix up the some of these with what you got going here. I like the realistic skin. If I click here, go over here and put it down here. This is one for the ending, and I'll press invoke. Then you get something like that. You can mix them up. Okay, if you go into the extra file right here, we got one that calls resize right here. Okay, we don't want to do the PY. Remember I said that? Always a bat. So what we're going to do is when we go into the snapshot, let's see here, if we recall right, let me see if I can get there real quick. You can see the sizes right here, 121, 160, 131. They're all small, okay? And for instance, you got some that are just extremely large. They're, 4K, 3000 by 3000. Well, this is going to allow you to resize them and rename them at the same time. So basically, when we click the one resize bat, here's that screen again. You only probably get it once. So if I put 160 there, it's gonna ignore anything below that. So when I press here and I select my folder where the screenshots are at, and we'll close this out, they put them over here, then it renames them itself. These were 160 and above, as you can see here. I like to do this if I'm downloading large images that are just too large, and just shrink them down. And these also rename them, so that's going to make it a lot easier. Okay, I refresh the page and I'm going to start all over. And remember what I told you to do. We'll open up that folder. I click the button here. I use the backup, so I have a fresh start. Now they're over here. Okay, you want to do this every single time. So with that said, we'll go back over here, and we're going to load up a couple images. And actually, I'm going to go to that folder. Let's see, right here. They're in the transfer save. This is where they save them all. Alright, you may want to view large icon, and we're going to select all, Control A, click here, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to press all and brief. Everything looks normal here, so let's go ahead and I'm going to close all this up. Open folder. And remember, I'm just going to redo this again so I can show you. We're going to use the run controller here. And make sure you don't use the backup because you'll wipe everything out. So, create an HTML file. Which it did. Now here's the good one here. I'm going to show you here in a second. So once I did that, now if I select here, I got one for invoke, and it only works for invoke. So if I press invoke, press OK, it's going to create a file called invoke right here. We're going to open it up. This is what we call dynamic prompting. So if I select here and copy this, alright, if we select here, you'll see this is the dynamic prompt for that one there, which is just one, really not a dynamic prompt. So we're going to just paste this here, and if we select here, it's going to generate 3 descriptions, okay? If you have a lot of images, more than 100, you'll have to move the maximum prompt to the amount of images that it's going to align to. So we can go ahead and still put like oh, women. And long as you are, you see this little curly brace up here, highlighted right here, long as you're not touching anything from there to the bottom, you're good to go. You can add something to the bottom if you want to, like Ultra 4K or whatever. We select here again, you can see now it added to the beginning. I'll just show you at the end right here real quick. With a space, let's just say 8K. Then it puts 8K at all the ends. Alright, now keep in mind, I got it, I need to set it to 1. The reason why I set it to 1 is going to generate each one of these. Alright. If I set it to number 2, it's going to double it. We don't want to do, well, if you want to double it, you can. But if you have a lot of images, you probably won't want to. So if we select here and press 1 here, it's going to go through all the prompts. As you can see, it generated 3 of them right here. You had 2 motorcycles and 1 holding the cup. If we go to the other images here, okay, this is the one she's holding the cup. It didn't get the motorcycle in the back because there was not a lot of description on that. That was number 3, holding the coffee cup. If we wanted to get a little bit more detail, we would have did that. But it pretty much grabbed the motorcycles, because it said motorcycle and it said motorcycle here. That's why we got these motorcycles in here. Here's a little tip. If you go into the README file here, I got some links here. It's Pinocchio computer, I don't know if I'm spelling. I use FluxGem for lora training, okay? That is really nice and simple to use. You can Google it for videos or on YouTube. And I use this one, HT Tracker. So with that said, I'm not going to go over the FluxGem, but it's real easy to use. And it will allow you to load the text files and images at the same time. I just want to give you a little tip. Didn't want to get too far off the subject here. Basically, you'll just run through here. Then give your project a name. That will be the name of the folder. Okay. Then you press next. Then you put in the URL. Okay. The most important thing is go to set options. Under rules, check this right here. That's all you got to do. That way it's not downloading ABIs, MPEGs, or anything. Okay, and once you do that, let me see if I can get back here. You can point when you use a resizer, because some of them images you can get 1,000 images in about 5 minutes. It don't take long at all. And some of them are just way too big. They'll be like wallpaper size, 3,000 by 4,000. And this will tone it down. So you can use that and locate that folder, and it will put them all in here for you. Okay, the HT tracker is free. This is a VLC player, and what's good about this is, let's say you have yourself doing a video yourself, and you don't want to, take snapshots, and they're extremely large, which you want quite large. You can use this program to put your videos in. Then when the video's playing, you can stop it, then use a hotkey to take a snapshot picture. Okay, now let's say you're recording at, I don't know, we'll just say 3,000 by 4,000. Okay, when you press the hotkey to take a snapshot, these images will be 3,000 by 4,000. The thing that you do not want to do is use the snipping tool, because if you use a snipping tool and do right here, you're not going to get the size. Okay, it's going to degrade it. Okay, this will capture the size that's in the video. This is also free. As you can see here, we'll go over here real quick. We got that one. These came out pretty good. This one here, you can do with I got an insert. It was a macro. Okay, so if I press here, you can see the prompt right here. So if I go into the text here, and we'll find the macro, this is what I use for it right here. Copy to the clipboard, and we'll paste it. It's something you got to experiment with. You can mix max all kinds of stuff, and just to let you know up front, everything should work. I created this. I put credit in the README text, and if I left anybody out, let me know and I'll put it in there. And anybody wants to modify the script to make it better, since it is open source, I wouldn't see a problem if you wanted to change it up, or you could recommend anything. I believe you need the RTX graphics card. I'm not for sure. I won't be able to troubleshoot you if you're having a bad install. So that's the only thing I can tell you, because I don't know how to troubleshoot somebody else's computer. I've tested this out quite a few times, like for 2 weeks, and I had ChatGPT help me, and one time it would create a problem, then it'd fix another problem. It was vice versa. Once it fixed a problem, then it broke another problem somewhere else. It was a long journey, and the link will be below the video, and if you want to give it a whirl and try it out, and tell me what you think. If you decide that you want to make a video of it, and maybe post some kind of examples or something new that you find out, be more than willing to post a link below my video. I'd like to go check it out, and I'd like to hear the feedback. Okay, and like I said, I don't think I could troubleshoot you, but maybe somebody else could. I'll try to leave the comments open, because if this doesn't install correctly, I would not know what to tell you, because that would be a headache for me, and I believe it doesn't work for a Mac. I'm on Windows 11, and it is working so far so good. Okay, I need to go back to this last step that I never went over. This is for the invoke only. Okay, this is for dynamic prompting. Choose which one you want to use. We'll select this one here. Just copy to the clipboard, and we'll just make sure she stays at a certain age here. (21 years old). paste that, and this is going to be into the dynamic prompt. I got 16 that's going to do it, and if I got 16 and I got 3 up here, take 3 times 16, so we don't want that. So we'll select down here, and I'm not going to do this. So basically you will press invoke, and it will cycle through all of them. Okay, I got certain ones that I use, like for this instant, this one here, it's got the casting the shadow on the face. This is all kind of indoors. One of the prompts was used with this was the illumination right here, the number 10. I use a lot of them. So once you get completely done, let's say I'm completely done with this period, okay, a few of them I like and a few of them I don't. Okay, instead of starting all over, what I like to do is I'm going to come up here, this little star, it says use all. It's going to collapse all these here. Alright, and I'm going to uncheck the seed. We don't want to use the same seed. And I like to, now when I do the dynamic prompt, you can see it's only going to do one. What I like to do is I like to do it to number 3, because it takes a while. So what I'll do is, after, let's say I did all these here in dynamic prompt. So I would press the invoke right here, and it's going to take a while, and while it's doing it, I'll come over here on another one while it's still generating and recall, use prompt, and you'll see it change. Then I'll come up here, then I will press invoke again. So now it's going to do different angles and different you know, it's just going to be different. It will give you more of a selection, and because sometimes it doesn't work like, you know, I expect it to, but most of the time it's not a problem. So you just, you know, you'll right click through these as they're going, recall, use prompt, then generate. It's an easy step. Okay, I'm gonna go over one more step here, using the chat with image. As you can see, I got the fountain right here. So I would basically come over here and use this as an object, copy it to the clipboard, come back over here and paste it. Then we'll go like this. You can see this is it gives me the description of a lot of information right here, because this just is an object right here. So basically that's how I came up with that one right there. Alright, if we select all, and you can see the prompt change right here. That's how I got that one. Now, like for the cat, that was a cute one there. I kind of like all the cats. So basically I went over here, I selected cat, select the cat here, okay, then we're going to press the chat. Then we get something like that. Then we come back over here, copy that, and put it in the description here. Okay, you notice I do not have the lora of that girl right here. Let's open this up. We're going to go into the next step. We're going to add it right here. And we're not going to do that. So now with that, we got the cat, and we got for objects. This one I think I really like probably a lot is this one right here. When you select here, I don't like dreadlocks. Then you come over here, copy it. As long as my lora is loaded. A 21 year old woman paste that there. How to generate two of them. Then we get something like this. I like to just keep on doing this. This way you can you know, copy it and bring it over here. And then you can have different positions and all kinds of stuff to it. And what I like to do when I'm all done, and I find out, you know, I want to maybe enhance my lora here, and for my settings, just see, I'm using 31 steps, guidance of 4. Okay, if anybody want to know. What I like to do is I like to cherry pick through all these, and I'll save them to a folder. I'll go back over here on a brand new start, and I'll upload all them images right here. Okay, this can handle more than 20, but it takes a while for it to process through. The more description, the longer it's going to take. I like to use the brief. The brief seems about the best for lora training. So when you press this, it's going to create all text files for the image. These are captions that's got the same name as the image as it does the text files. So that's pretty good if you want to upload captions for it. It's kind of like a fine-tuning. And like I said, I really like this one here. And if I haven't said it before, I'll say it one more time. When you press the chat or any of the buttons, it's got to load the model for the first time, and after that, it's going to take. I mean, when you press one of these, it's going to load the model, and it's going to take a little bit of time. But after that, it won't take that much time at all. And that goes for this. This is a different model right here. It'll take a while to download, and once it's downloaded, and you keep on pressing this progress image button, then it will load pretty quick. So there's my cat. There's one I did of a dog.